Okay, good. We got two left. Hi, and welcome to Carolina Varsity's 2013 preview of Week 9 Southern Mecklenburg 8 conference games. I'm Dale Ross.
And I'm the pet man, Matt Morrow.
Matt, this next game is actually in its own right a very big game. Providence 4-3, 2-1, going over to play Ardrey Kell 4-3, 1-2. These two teams came to the Southern Mecklenburg 8 Conference from the Southwestern 4A, so they know each other as conference rivals. Last year, Providence won 31-17. Of course, Providence defeated Berry in that game that, as you said, leaves some question marks for us. 24-14 last week. Ardrey Kell, another game that left some question marks, defeated Harding 38-29. The two teams are natural rivals just by location. Ballantyne kind of sits in between them, right? Part of Ballantyne goes up next up to Providence, so it's a lot of the kids know each other just from their they're growing up and playing in youth sports and all in the area. Another interesting thing, which some people may not know, is these guys have coached together with on the same staff. Of course, Hastings is a Hardin protege, and Justin was over at Ardrey Kell back before Hastings took the job. They were coaching together. So they know each other very well. The coaches, they run similar offenses, probably similar defenses, because head coach still kind of lets the defensive coordinators make their calls, but may still have a little bit of say in what scheme they run as a base. Mm-hmm. So they know each other very, very well on both sides of the ball. Providence is one game back, and Providence is very much another team that's in control of their destiny, because they beat West Mecklenburg,
right,
and they got Catholic coming up, and their only loss was to Olympic. So they get messed. The only mess up they get is if Olympic wins out and they win out.
Okay.
Then Olympic would be the conference. Actually then we'd have a three-way tie, because Catholic would have one loss. So again, we'll talk about this stuff next week. But what Providence has got to do is keep winning. Ardrey Kell and both of these teams are on that edge of needing another win for playoffs as well. Mm-hmm. So I think because the teams play similar styles of offense, and they are similar in their coaching, and the coaches know each other. I like your comment sometimes about impose your will. Right. I think it's going to be a matter of, in this case here, who's able to impose theirs more.
Definitely. I think the key for Ardrey Kell in this one, they got to limit the big plays over the top. They've been getting burned all season long on big plays in the secondary. I think they have a really good front seven. I think they stop the run well. But they have trouble with the passing game. And if they limit some of those big plays in their previous losses, they might have won a couple of those ball games. And the games they won might not have been as close, such as last week. Harding had success throwing the football. And Harding is known for the run game, so, that's something they've got to correct quickly with this Providence team coming up that has multiple threats, in the passing game. I think the key for Providence, you got to keep them off balance and have multiple threats. Ardrey Kell does a good job of taking away what you do best. I say that week in and week out because I have a lot of respect for their defensive coordinator and Coach Hastings. I think they do a really good job in game planning and taking away your number one and number two things that you like to do. But the thing is with Providence, they have a lot of things they do well. And they got that read option going that you mentioned.
Yep.
Pro had 10 catches in the game against West Meck, so he's starting to get going. They have a couple different running backs in Gio Gonzalez and Brian Madar that run the ball well in different ways. So there's a lot you got to prepare for Providence, and I think that's going to be something Ardrey Kell hasn't seen as much here lately. As a team that can run and pass well and do it in a variety of ways. Providence can go I formation, they can go spread run game, they can also get back and throwing the ball. They have some play action stuff, so there's a lot there. And Coach Hardin's doing a good job with those guys. So this is another one I'd love to see. This good coaching matchup, like you said, they both know each other. Two different types of offenses are going head to head. Providence defense is improving. So it's going to be it's a big game. And last year, that game you mentioned, that was for a playoff spot.
Yep.
And Providence got into playoffs by beating Ardrey Kell. So, it's going to be a huge crowd. Huge crowd at Ardrey Kell for this one.
I've often said if I could split myself and, go to multiple games, of course I can't go to a game this week at all, but this would be one of the games I'd love to go see.
Right.
I think mainly just for the environment. So if you're in South Charlotte, obviously there's that nice environment game of Catholic and South Mecklenburg.
Right.
But this game here is not just going to be a good environment, but I think it's going to be a good football
It really
game.
is.
It's not going to be a blowout by any means. I think it's going to be a very close game, worthy of the probably crowd that will be there. So you guys enjoy your game. Thank you.